Hey there, this is Matt, and welcome back to another review. This time, Star Trek Beyond. It came out for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, did not do well, flopped, or at least was considered a box office disappointment. Directed by Justin Lin, who did Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, among other films. Produced by J.J. Abrams, but thankfully not directed by him. Thank you for that. Apparently, with the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, my friends who are into Star Trek told me they did nothing for that, which was bullshit. Just released this movie, and then this movie didn't do well, so much for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. That's fucking lame. This movie, at the end of the day, I thought it was okay. Like, it was one of those, I mean, it's mixed. There might be a little bit of ranting about certain parts of the film, but I don't hate the film. I guess because it wasn't as boring. It was a bit more fun than the fucking Generations, Insurrection, Nemesis, J.J. Abrams' 2009 Lens Flare movie, Into Darkness, Lens Flare Part 2. I got more. I was just less mad seeing this than those movies. I mean, I'm the type of guy that my favorite films are always going to be the first six. Yes, that includes part 5. And this is not a film I'm going to defend. I'll defend the motion picture. You know, I'll defend this movie. And I'll defend part 5 as well. So people are like, what? But yeah, I'll defend part 5, The Final Frontier. I did in that review. I'm sure people still disagree. I'll defend this movie. I really enjoy this movie. But I'm not going to defend this, but I just thought it was okay. I thought some of the interactions between the characters were nice. Between Spock and McCoy, Zachary Quinto and Karl Urban, I thought both did a great job in their roles as Spock and McCoy. Some of the banter these two had with each other, I thought was reminiscent. It was reminiscent of the old series and the first 6 movies, which I appreciated. Kirk, played by Chris Pine, wasn't so much of a dickhead this time. He was the least amount of dickheadness in this movie, which again, I appreciate that. I like this girl. I forget the actress's name, but the character's name is Jayla. I liked her. I liked the look. She's pretty badass. And she's pretty hot, too. So she's pretty hot. I liked her. Simon Pegg. He had some interactions with her, which I thought were decent. Thought I had some nice set pieces. Where Kirk and Chekhov are in the remains of the Enterprise, and they're running around with the bad guys shooting at them. They have a firefight between them and the bad guys amongst the remains of the Enterprise. There's a chase scene where they're chasing 2 or 3 bad guys are chasing Spock and McCoy in this, what the hell was it called? I forgot what the fuck the station was called, but it was this like space station, which the design was interesting because it would have, for example, the ground here, but it will also have a ground on the wall. So it's almost, remember Inception when it did that, but imagine if that was the stuff there, and then the Enterprise is chasing after those and it's going under and then comes out from this pond, this water, and it comes out. Kirk and Idris Elba's character, Idris Elba's the villain, they have all right fight sort of I don't want to say zero G, but this gravitational thing where they go up and down, this little slipstream they can go into. And it moved along at a good pace. I will say Justin Lin, he moved the film at a pretty decent pace, so I was never that bored. And it kept going. It's a dumb movie. This could be called anything but Star Trek. It could be called fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 1.5 or 2.5 or Guardians Triple X, the return of Xander Kirk. I don't fucking know. I mean, considering the motorcycle stuff, why not? There's stuff I have problems with it, but you gotta understand from my point of view. I just rewatched Generations, which is the worst fucking Star Trek movie to me, where Captain Kirk fell off a fucking bridge. I just rewatched Insurrection, which was boring as hell. I just rewatched Nemesis, which was a shitty remake of Wrath of Khan, where Deanna Troi got mind raped, which is weird. Oh, and Insurrection, worrying about worse pimples, or Data being a flotation device, or Picard doing the mambo. You know, I got a headache from the lens flares of J.J. Abrams' 2009 film. And oh yeah, it's going to be no, it's not the origin of Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. It's a fucking alternate reality. Damn. And then Into Darkness, aka Wrath of Khan Part 3. Because Star Trek Nemesis Wrath of Khan Part 2. More fucking lens flares because J.J. Abrams loves it. This... It was a much easier sip considering the other shit I fucking watched recently. Someone wanted me to rank these when I was done with this. I'll do it now because I know what it is. My favorite one is still The Voyage Home, Part 4. Then be Part 1, the motion picture. That's my second favorite. My third favorite is Part 3, The Search for Spock. Then it would be Part 6, The Undiscovered Country. 2, The Wrath of Khan. 5, The Final Frontier. Yes, I still enjoy that film. Then First Contact. And then this movie, which I'll get to my problems with it in a bit. And then if I have to rank the ones I don't like any of them, fuck them. But if I have to rank them, I guess after this it would be... I hate to fucking say this. Really do. I hate admitting this because I rewatched it. I forgot how fucking bad Insurrection Nemesis was. I really did. No. But on the flip side, this... I don't fucking know, man. I was going to say either this, Nemesis, Insurrection, or Nemesis, Insurrection, and this. I don't know where the fuck to put this, because the same alternate reality bullshit, Wrath of Khan bullshit. No, you know what? I'm going to put Nemesis, Insurrection, than this. Fuck this movie, because it tries to do the Wrath of Khan ending, and it fails on FDL. Fuck. I was going to say, well, it's got Peter Weller, and, you know, Doctor Strange doesn't do too bad in it, but fuck that. I hate all those. Nemesis, Insurrection, then Into Darkness, this 2009 Star Trek film, and this is the worst fucking one. He needs to wipe my ass with it. And also, with the marketing with this, they kind of try to do this thing. And I know there's another poster that is literally this, but with these characters. I see how they do like the 3 colors on top. So, still a better movie, better cover. And it was 16 minutes in. I like Jayla. Don't say J-Lo. The problems I have, it does rip off stuff from the other things. So for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, this isn't that imaginative. Because so many elements, I'm like, I know Simon Pegg helped write this. Was this on purpose? How much stuff he ripped off? I'm not even talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy shit where you put Beastie Boys Sabotage in it. You know, to try to get the Guardians of the Galaxy market. Less than 8 minutes in, like I said, Kirk, McCoy, talking on Kurt's birthday about time and age. I was ready for Kurt to be given some fucking glasses. Kirk and McCoy drinking alcohol while it's Kurt's birthday. You stole a scene from Wrath of Khan? Really? Then you have the Enterprise being destroyed in the third movie. You mean like Star Trek 3 where the Enterprise was destroyed? Which I'm not really that shocked by because in this movie, it got pretty much destroyed too when it was in a fucking whirlwind. It got shot to shit. It might as well have been destroyed. And plus, he already did it in the third movie, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Then you had the saucer going down and landing, like the saucer in Star Trek Generations. In this fucking movie? Even when Idris Elba did this exposition dump about how he landed on this planet and something about age doesn't, something in the atmosphere doesn't let him age. Oh, you remind me of Star Trek Insurrection, which they were on a planet and things didn't age. I know that's reaching for it, but fuck it. And then some of them are fucked up, just like if Murray Abraham's skin was fucked up in Insurrection. Like shit, man. Not much imagination. You get some wanty CGI as well. For example, when the beginning of the film where Kirk is supposed to be given this truce to this civilization for this other civilization, and these badly done, badly rendered CGI creatures, which you find out like this big, start jumping on Kirk, and then Kirk is beamed back. Looks awful. And then later on, there's a scene where Kirk and this girl on a motorcycle, they go up a hill, and it looks like shit. I'm like, how the hell did that get through on a final release? It looks so badly. Like they're on a mountain, you tell it's fake. You tell it's faker than fuck. Like I don't know how you worded it's not like them on the motorcycle is fake, but it's like their connection to the environment looks fake. Why? For that big of a budgeted flick. And then Idris Elba's villain was pretty weak, and I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. I really couldn't. And then the faceless, well, not faceless, but it's like all these. Maybe I should talk about the plot first before it makes sense. They go on this mission that's supposed to be routine to rescue some people, but then this swarm of drones, which I guess there are alien beings in them, but they swarm like bees. They attack the Starship Enterprise. A battle ensues. I actually didn't mind the battle. I thought the action sequence, Spock and McCoy are together, and they get onto, I think, like one of the shuttles or one of the alien ships. Kirk and Chekhov, like people get separated. Scotty has to get into this thing and jettison to Earth. They get in all these different, split up amongst the ship as the ship's getting torn apart. And when the drones hit the spaceship, they do this thing where they hit it, and then this part opens up inside the ship. Like imagine this is the outside of the ship. They make a hole, and the inside of the ship, this thing opens up, and then alien goes through. I don't know, for some reason it reminded me of the Board. Not, I don't know why, other than I guess because there's a bunch of aliens and that don't seem like they have much individuality with them. And I don't know where all these came from. Were they creatures from above that they also took and then they turned them? Which, if that's the case, that also reminded me of the Borg, because they would take people and turn them into stuff. But it crashes, the Enterprise crashes, Kirk and Chekhov are in one area, Sulu and Uhura are captured, uh, Spock is hurt, McCoy helps him out. But then, not a lot happens. Like, you get some nice interactions, but when they're on the planet, not a lot happens when you think about it. Other than Kirk, well, two things. Kirk and Chekhov running around the remains of the Enterprise looking for survivors, and they get this one lady that's with them is a turncoat and tries to attack them, and they're running around the remains of the Enterprise getting shot at. Yeah, I thought that was a kind of a fun setting for an action sequence. And then they come across Simon Pegg and this girl. And that's the other thing I was going to mention. Simon Page's about ready to be attacked by some people on the planet, and this girl comes in, uses these hologram things, and beats the fuck out of these guys. And then Simon Pegg joins her. She leads them to this crashed spaceship. I forget the name of the spaceship, but he's like, oh, maybe we could get this to start working. And then Kirk and Chekhov join them. And then they beam up Spock and McCoy. And then pretty much, oh, here's where the survivors are. We go in. Kirk is on a motorcycle with these holograms. She's sniping the bad guys. He's running around the bad guys. The rest get the rest of the good guy crew in order to beam out of there. And it's like, okay, in one ear out the other. I was kind of like the Dune Buddy thing in Insurrection. I don't know if I needed to see a motorcycle thing in Star Trek. Maybe because of Star Trek, and I was Star Trek 5. People made fun of the gravity boots in Star Trek 5. I think that's cool. I want to see something like that in Star Trek 5. I don't need to see a motorcycle. I can watch a Triple X movie. I'm talking about Vin Diesel movie, not, you know what I mean. If it was that'd be a weird porno on a motorcycle. Probably be hurt. Maybe get burned. But I could watch other movies with motorcycles. How I could watch First Blood and watch Rambo ride a motorcycle and be better. So the motorcycle wasn't really interesting. After they rescue people, they start the ship up. I guess in a way each cast member kind of gets their moment. Sulu and Chekhov get the ship out of there so they can leave. Uhura was the one who separated the saucer so that she saved a bunch of people from getting destroyed. Kurt riding on the motorcycle, and then Spock and McCoy, Scotty meeting this girl and helping find everyone. Spock and McCoy, after they get off the planet, they are being one of these ships. Spock looks at the signal. McCoy's driving the ship. So each character at least has something to do, and seem like they have their own little worthwhile. So I appreciated that. I did. Spock realized something to do with signals. Okay, we gotta have something. It's the beat. Oh, well, Jayla has this thing called music. And yes, you hear a song, Fight the Power, earlier in the film. Movie, when you do that, you make me want to get pissed at you. I'm trying to remain calm because I've been pissed enough as is. I've been pissed off and pissed on. I don't want neither anymore. You piss me off, I piss on you. And then you get to the scene that just made me sad because as much as I want to praise you for the characters are decent in their interactions and it's an alright time waster romp on this planet with trees and woods, which I'll say I like more than the trees and woods of Insurrection. Which again, people say that's like the Star Trek TV show. Well, no, that's like more boring Star Trek TV shows. And see, I'm itching because I'm getting allergic to the bullshit. But you didn't need the dumb shit in the movie. You didn't need them destroying millions of these drones with the fucking Beastie Boys music. You didn't. I mean, if you don't have something goofy as that, I'd rather you just play, hey, I found this classical piece of music as Jerry Goldsmith's score from Star Trek the Motion Picture. Never heard this before. I'm sure that'd be stupid too, but I think that would make me. This is for me personally, not for anyone else. I can't talk for anyone else. I can only talk for me. Me personally, that would have made me smile more for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. Or even if you want to do the not Beastie Boys, Sabotage. It just like this isn't Star Trek. I think that's what made me sad is I don't think you'll ever get that Star Trek anymore. Of the first 6 movies. Or even Star Trek First Contact, which has action, but it was handled well. Fairly well. This, though, just... I can't really say I care for that scene. And then this, they go to the space station and Idris, this exposition dump that comes out of nowhere about fucking... I guess I should just title this review / rant because I'm doing ranting and reviewing, so I'll just do that. But it's just this exposition dump that got kind of confusing. Where okay, he was left there, but then why did his face change? And yet he could suck souls, or he could suck life like his life force. I guess that makes him look more human than human. But it's like, okay, well, just because you live hundreds of years, that's why you look all fucked up? Seemed like the people in Insurrection, it was fine with them. I don't know. I didn't get it. Also, yeah, there's some weird stuff. Like, okay, this one scene, which they made this big deal out of, where, oh, Sulu is gay. I know George Takei did not like it. I'm like, well, if the guy who played him doesn't like it, just don't do it then. If George Takei has a problem with it. George Takei happens to be gay. If he doesn't like it, then why are you doing it? And people are like, well, what's the big deal? But the big deal is they stopped the movie to put a fucking neon sign going, hey, look, he's got a husband and a kid. He's gay. I'm like, you don't need to stop the movie. You're stopping the movie to be like, look what this is. Stop stopping the movie for that shit. You want to make it? Fine. Even though I thought... it's kind of strange because in this movie, he's got to be at least bi. Because this is the one I saw the most growing up. And that's the special longer version. And there's a scene where Sulu's trying to hit on Percy's Kambata, so... Who knows, maybe he became gay or he's bi. But I don't know, it's like, are you doing it for, like, why are you doing it? Are you doing it, like, I don't know, what's the big deal? It just, you're stopping the movie to show us this. And it's like, you didn't do anything else with the scene. You didn't say anything about it. You literally stopped the movie so Chris Pine can look and then show us that. And it's like, why not just a wide shot where he's looking at his crew and you see Uhura doing this and Chekhov doing this and Sulu doing this and just a wide shot, just normal stuff. Why you have to stop the movie and focus on that? Like, Here's a neon sign. Just put the fucking neon sign on. Come on, man. Come on. If you want to do that, there are more subtle ways to do it. I think that's what I'm talking about. There are more subtle ways to do it without going... It makes me... You ever seen that movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood? When Keenan Ivory Wayans comes out and goes, message! And then he leaves. Later on comes back, message! That's what it feels like. Come on now. So, while there's a lot of dumb stuff, and I don't care for the Beastie Boys shit in it, I like the song, but it doesn't need to be a Star Trek movie, and it didn't, I mean, I still don't like the idea that this is at an alternate reality, and I don't like the idea what they did with Leonard Nimoy. I know people felt it was nice what they did for him. I mean, I can't blame Justin Lin because he was given this movie where he had, well, you could just not do the movie. But if you have to do the movie, it's like, well, they've already set it up, so what's Justin Lin going to do? But Leonard Nimoy by this time had passed away. And so they have this thing where they tell the young Spock, the old Spock has passed away. And they show a picture, his birth and his date of death. And then at the end of the film, they show a picture, I believe it was from Star Trek V, of the whole cast. And it's just like, wow, that sucks. So that's what happened with Spock. That's why I hated that they put him in the 2009 movie and Into Darkness. I didn't want to know what happened with Spock. Because that way I have my imagination to tell me what could, the millions of things that could happen with Spock. Not that he went back in time for failure and then got stuck on a fucking planet not hot and then watch his planet die and then stuck in this alternate reality and can never get back and then dies with no family or friends around. Why is that supposed to make me happy? Yes, it's nice they mention Leonard Nimoy, of course, but I wish it wasn't there in the first place. Okay, he died, and it sucks already. I can at least imagine his character living. You're more allergic to this bullshit. That's what pissed me off about this. But say what you could have done in 2009 is literally tell how these characters started. How Kirk, Spock, McCoy really started. But you didn't want to do that. Instead, you want to give us movies with fucking Beastie Boys in it. And that's the thing. This is not... It doesn't feel like Star Trek to me. It feels like Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. A Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. But that's the funny thing. Like, the J.J. Abrams ones, like this one... Like, Star Trek 2009 feels more like a Star Wars ripoff. This is a Wrath of Khan ripoff. And this is a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. You don't need to... Stop ripping shit off. Just be Star Trek. And don't rip off your own shit. You have all of these episodes you do. Maybe you should take one of those ideas and save it for a movie. Even one of the movies you rip off the most, Wrath of Khan, and took one of these episodes and hey, let's do more with that one episode. How many episodes do you have of how many different incarnations of Star Trek? That maybe you could take that idea and do a... I know I'm saying don't rip it off, and now I'm saying rip it off. At least with Wrath of Khan, it was a sequel to something that happened before. Obviously in this you can't do it because this takes place before. But if you do think of all these ideas for an episode, have we run out of ideas for Star Trek episodes? Why are we doing Star Trek TV shows if there's no more ideas? Because you're not showing them in the movies. And for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, there's not much imagination in this. And I know this sounds like more like a rant, but I had a dumb, okay, fun time waster because the characters were alright. I liked this girl. It moved at a decent enough pace. And it wasn't distracting me with fucking lens flares or fucking Worf's pimples or killing William Shatner on a fucking bridge or raping a girl with mind rape. Is that much to fucking run home about? I guess not. Lower expectations, low standards, whatever you want to call it. It was there, it was okay, but I'm not going to defend the fucking movie. I'd rather watch it than this fucking movie, which can sit on my dick and ride like a pogo stick. But I guess that's the end of the Star Trek reviews. I like the first 6 movies. I like First Contact. This is, at best, a mixed review. I already talked about the movies I hated. What's going to happen with the future of Star Trek? I have no idea. They have that new TV show, which sounds like shit. I don't know what they're going to do with a movie. I don't even know if they'll ever make a sequel to these movies. Or it's Paramount. They always fuck up stuff. They fucked up Transformers. They fucked up Ninja Turtles. So of course they fuck up Star Trek. They fuck up everything. Paramount is the new 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox is shitty. But Paramount is becoming the new... Paraprint's becoming the new 20th Century Fox face. They really are. They really, really are turning into that, man. And it's get to a point, you know, people want, you know, Sony has some bad shit, but man, people on Paramount should be fucking fired. Anyway, I don't know what will happen with Star Trek. Maybe he needs to take a break and get J.J. Abrams the fuck away and be your own thing. People go to Star, like I said before, if people want McDonald's, they'll go to McDonald's. They don't go to McDonald's to get the Whopper. They go to McDonald's to get the Big Mac. They don't go to Dairy Queen and then you go, we don't serve ice cream. What is Dairy Queen? We don't serve ice cream anymore. Would you have fish? Would you have chicken? Would you have all this food? No, I don't. I want the ice cream. It's Dairy Queen. Sorry, we got candy bars. No, I want the ice cream. Be who you are or don't use it. That's why people go to it. If you're not going to be who you are, then just stop. Just stop. Be who you are or go the fuck home. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.